Unit Mastermind series every single month. This is our third installment of it, so we're about halfway through now, and we have three more classes left in the next 3 months. And every class we go over something marketing related. So the first one we did branding and how to brand yourself and differentiate yourself from all the other real estate agents in the Valley. The second class we did Title Pro 247, which is a tool that allows you to target different demographics when you want to farm different neighborhoods. And today I'm going to be talking about Homebot, and I'm so excited because this tool is so next level, next gen, and I truly believe that every real estate agent should be using it. So in our Nova office, a lot of our loan officers use it as well. It's a tool that both lenders and real estate agents can use. And literally every single month we get brand new leads from literally doing nothing from Homebot, and they just come in automatically. So this tool will absolutely 100% help you grow your business just by having it. And then if you go the extra step and really try and squeeze the most value out of it as you can, which means just kind of checking it on a monthly basis and seeing what's going on, you can squeeze even more value out of it. And so, like I said, you guys, this tool is amazing. I'm going to just show a few slides, and then I'm going to jump right into the demonstration. And like I said, if you have any questions as I'm going through it, please unmute yourself, ask it, or drop it in the chat. And Sarah, if you could just keep an eye on that and let me know if anybody comes through with questions. I'll also probably ask you a few questions as I'm going through, just to keep you guys engaged. Feel free to just drop those in the chat or chime in as well. So, all right, let's get started. So, Homebot, at its very core, Homebot is a digital marketing platform that lenders can use, that real estate agents can use. And what it does is it keeps your past clients engaged and works your database for the most part to turn your past buyers into sellers, so to get listings. And then also there's a whole buyer side to it where you can, any prospects that you're working with, any current clients that you're working with, you can get them into your Homebot system and keep them off Zillow. So a lot of you probably know that there is a chance that the clients that you're working with are on Zillow and they can get lost to other real estate agents. So Homebot nips that in the bud completely. So like I said, there's really 3 keys to success when you're using Homebot, and that's keeping your clients engaged. And they do that by sending out monthly automated emails, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like. And what that does is it brings in repeat and referral business by empowering them with investor grade knowledge that they honestly didn't know that they needed. Second, it's going to qualify motivated buyers and sellers. So if you are working with potential sellers or buyers and they're in Homebot, you're going to be able to see everything that they're doing with their monthly digest that they get to tip off to you that they're interested in doing something. So they're instantly qualified. So you'll know, like, hey, this buyer that I'm working with, they're like ready to buy right now. Or, this buyer that I'm working with, they're kind of just, checking out the Homebot digest like once a month or so. So they're thinking about it, but they're not totally serious. So you'll be able to see who is highly qualified and who's not. And then third, you'll absolutely generate new leads from this. And I will go into how you do that, but I'm talking about outside of your current, your past client database. This is new leads coming through that you haven't even worked with yet. So Homebot through and through will help you to grow your business. And just working at Nova and working with Jason and working with Kurt and hearing about their experience with Homebot, it has absolutely brought in, I would say, at least 5 to 10 more deals a year, if not more. And so Homebot's sort of backstory is that when people go to retire, and think about yourselves too, when you go to retire, you have like your 401k, your savings accounts, all of these things that you're, putting money towards for your future. And then you have your home, right? And 83% of your retirement will come from the equity that you build in your home, which is so much more than what your 401k will save over time, or any savings that you have. Your equity that you build in your home it's just going to acquire so fast that that's going to be your main source of retirement income. So why not know exactly what to do to keep on growing that, or to even find ways to save? And that's exactly what Homebot is used for. It focuses on your clients' equity in their home and showing them exactly what they can do to save money with refinances or other ways. And it also shows them how to build even more wealth with their home and in a shorter amount of time. And kind of relating back to what I was just talking about. So a lot of homeowners, and like for me, myself, like I don't really know how I can continue to build wealth through my home. And I don't know if there's things that I should be doing to put me on the right track. And so as you see here, like people are probably wondering, well, when should I refinance? When's a good time for me to refinance? Should I cash out at all? Like homeowners all over, and these could be your clients too, are probably thinking like, okay, you know, I should take that first step and buy a home because I know that that's going to be me investing in my future, but they could be doing so much more and making other home financial decisions that will continue them down that path of building more wealth with their home. And that's what Homebot aims to do. So basically, in a nutshell, what Homebot does is it sends out every single month a home or a wealth digest to your past clients that shows them how much their home is worth, how much equity they've built in it. It shows them what they've paid so far, like towards their principal and towards interest. And it shows them a ton of different scenarios of how they can continue to build wealth in their home. And if you think about it, homeowners aren't getting this information at all. And if they are, probably not on a monthly basis. And I know for myself, like when we just bought a home and we just got signed up with Homebot, and it's crazy to see just in a month's time how much equity we've already built in our home. And it's already making us think like, okay, what are the next steps that we can make to continue to build that wealth or to keep making the correct financial decisions to, you know, get the most value out of our home. So if you guys, for instance, own a home, how many of you know how much equity is built in your home? And feel free to just drop this in the chat. Do any of you know how much equity you've built in your home right now? All right, so we got a yes, yes, awesome, roughly yes, perfect. So you guys are real estate agents, right? So you probably are more on top of it than just, you know, your average Joe, your regular person, right? So, and you guys are always in this mindset. If you step back and you think about your clients, they're probably not thinking about any of this. They're probably thinking, oh my God, I just bought a home and I know I just made, you know, a really good decision in, you know, towards my financial future. So when you get your clients hooked up with this system and they start receiving this information from you, it positions you as a thought leader because you're providing them with all this value that they, one, didn't even think about, and two, did not even know that they needed. And you're basically setting them up for success to continue to make the right financial decisions when it comes to their home and continuing to build wealth with their home. So this tool, oh my gosh, there's so much. I'm going to get right into the demonstration right now because it is packed with value. All right, guys, so this is what Homebot looks like as soon as you get into the system. I'm in Jason's account because I manage his account, so he'll have a few different features that real estate agents won't have, but for the most part, it's going to look the same. So we are on the home page of Homebot. As soon as you log in, you're going to come to this page. It's the activity feed. So what the activity feed is going to show is the 30-day performance. So basically, what has happened since the last digest went out, right? And I'll backtrack just a little bit. To get started with Homebot, all you have to do is sign up for an account, and I can go into those details a little bit later. But you sign up for an account, and you have two lists ready to go. You have your past clients that you've worked with who are now homeowners that were your past buyers. And then you have a second list, which are your prospects or your leads that you're currently working with right now. And what you do is you upload both lists into Homebot. And within a week, what will happen is Homebot will send your past clients or your now homeowners, your past buyers, a monthly digest that shows them, like I said before, how much their home is worth, how they continue to build wealth in their home, how they can make, you know, the right financial decisions for their home to save money. And that's what they get every single month, right? On the other hand, there's a buyer side, which can only be accessed when you are partnered with a lender. So right now, any real estate agent can go onto Homebot and they can get signed up for, I believe it's $25 a month. And you can start with Homebot right now, but you only have access to that homeowner side. You don't have access to the buyer side. So once you partner with a lender, that's when you get access to the buyer side. And that's when you can take your prospect or your lead list and upload it into Homebot. And what you can do is create buyer's reports for each of them, or they can create buyer's reports for themselves. So you can even reach out to them and be like, hey, I have this new tool called Homebot, and all you have to do is sign up, put in your, the price point that you're looking for, the area that you're looking for. It's basically like, it's similar to a Zillow, but they're not getting lost with all the other realtors that are, have their listings in Zillow. They'll only be connected to you. And so then they'll get a monthly digest that has, here's what's going on in the market that you're looking at. These are the hot homes. Here are the different listings. So, and it allows them to drill in even to the listing level. And I will show you guys all of that. So basically, once you have 2 lists uploaded into Homebot, both of your lists are getting these monthly digest emails, right? So this is keeping your clients engaged, and it's doing it automatically. So once you upload the lists, it's like set it and forget it, you guys. You don't have to do anything else after that. It's on autopilot. So every single month, your clients and your prospects are getting this email, and you aren't having to manually email them or anything like that. So what you'll see right here is this 30-day performance. So once your homeowners and your buyers start getting the emails, it'll show you how these emails are performing. And what's so amazing about Homebot is that they consistently get at least a 50% open rate from month to month. And that's literally monthly. That's not yearly or anything like that. Every single month, at least half of your buyers or your sellers, homeowners, are going to be opening this email and checking out the information that's in it. And that's statistically proven by Homebot. So if you look here at Jason's, his homeowner emails that are going out, they're having a 68% open rate, which is, it's mind-boggling, you guys. From somebody who's done marketing for my entire career, this is a open rate it's just like insane. It's wild. Like for me, past like email campaigns that I've run for, a slew of different businesses, we maybe see like a 15 to 25% open rate, and that's around the standard. So this just completely blows it out of the water. So what that's saying basically is that the information in these emails is so valuable that people are opening them and reading them. And even past that, people are engaging with them. And so I'm going to open up a digest and show you guys exactly what it looks like and what your clients can do once they're in there. But they can engage with the stuff with the information that's in there. So if they want to know more, if they want to, inquire about different things, they can do that. And when they do that, it comes directly to you, or it goes directly to your lender based on what they're looking at. So same here, the buyer performance is still at a 35% open rate. So the open rates are amazing. So what's also really significant to note on this page, this is the activity feed, right? Every single person that you upload into Homebot, you'll be able to see everything that they're doing on this feed, right? So for instance, you can see this first person right here, Lydia Carrillo. She has done a lot in the last 30 days, right? So she's tuned her value, she's viewed the home, she's viewed at the homes market, she's done a lot of stuff. So as a real estate agent, you would look at this and be like, dang, they're doing a lot. So something must be going through their brain, right? So they're thinking about something. And that's the beauty about this activity feed, is that you can look at this and say, all right, wow, Chanel has viewed her home digest 5 times in the last 30 days. I wonder if she's thinking about selling. So this is sort of like a top producer tactic that's taught by our rep that we have. His name's Grant, and I totally plan on bringing him in at some point so he can talk about what real estate agents are doing to squeeze the most juice out of Homebot. But one of the things is that you can look at this list, and based on the activity you see, you can create a call list, or you can create, an outreach list and say, all right, Lydia's doing a lot in here, I'm going to reach out to her. Chanel's doing, she's looked at her Homebot 5 times, I'm going to reach out to her. You can go to the next page and check out what everybody's doing. And based on that, you can, reach out to people, and just, it gives you an excuse to reach out to them. And then it also, you basically are tipped off to, what they're thinking about. So that is the activity feed. And in my own opinion, I think it's helpful to at least check this on like a monthly basis. If not, maybe even like a weekly basis. Hop into Homebot, see what your clients are doing, and if anything stands out to you, reach out to them and just be like, send them a text, send them an email, call them, and be like, hey, I noticed that you opened your Homebot like 10 times in the last 30 days. I just wanted to check in to see if you had any questions or anything. And most of the times they do. And they're like, you know what? Yeah, I saw that I had this much equity built in my home and I, wasn't thinking about selling, but now I'm considering it. And then you can start your conversation from there. And that's how this platform can become a listing machine for you guys by doing basically nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of walk through these different tabs here and show you what they are and what they do. And I'll start diving into the digest and showing you all the amazing information that your clients would get once they're signed up with Homebot. Do we have any questions right now? Is everybody good? Just want to check real quick before I continue. Okay, I think we're good. Looks like we're good. All right, I'm going to go over to the homeowners tab. So this tab is going to be your list of past clients, right? Or your previous buyers that you had. And so essentially what this tab becomes is your potential sellers list, right? So you've sold your clients a home and now they're getting Homebot, they're being shown how much their home is worth. And now the hope is that by providing them this valuable information, they'll come back to you to sell their house at some point, right? And having these digests go out to them on a monthly basis will almost kind of expedite the process because they're being fed all this information every single month and it's on the top of their brain. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into one of the digests. So as you can see here real quick, you can see all your homeowners. So everybody that you've uploaded into here, you can see, how much the value of their home is, the estimated equity, the balance they have left, and even their rate. And you can actually sort these too. So if you click on one of these, it'll sort them from highest to lowest or whatever it may be. And that's another tactic you could even consider leveraging. So say you want to reach out to all the people that have the most equity built in their home. So if you go to this estimated equity and you click it, we're going to click it one more time so that it shows from most equity to least. You'd be like, all right, I'm going to go in Homebot. I'm going to sort everything by the estimated equity in their home. And then I'm going to reach out to them and let them know like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but you have $7.3 million built up in your home, Luis, and it may be a good time to sell because it's a seller's market. So you could even go in here and sort this row and start reaching out to people based on the equity built in their home. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into a digest so you can see what they're being sent on a monthly basis. And then just so you guys are aware too, so you can open up each of your clients' profiles and you can see, what they've been up to. You can send them their digest like on demand. You can preview their digest, anything like that. You can come in here and you can tweak different things. So one of the things that is sort of a little road bump with Homebot I've noticed is that when your clients are automatically dumped into Homebot, their home information may not be right from the very start. And so you may have to go in and edit the information yourself. And so this is just a best practice that like my loan officers will do too. So I know Kurt on our team, when he adds someone to Homebot, he'll go into the profile after and add like how many beds it is, the baths, the square footage, so that all the information is up to date. And he'll even enter like the interest rate that they got their loan at, just to make sure that like all the information in there is correct. That is one little speed bump that Homebot has like experience. And you can even see with this one, Jason hasn't gone in and adjusted this, so it says 0 beds right now, so the value may be off a little bit. So just to ensure that the value that's being sent out is like the value, I would recommend going in after you upload people and just tuning whatever it is that you need to match whatever their home has. So I'm going to go ahead and go into a preview digest right now so you guys can see what they get on a monthly basis. All right, so this is exactly what they get every single month. And right now, this has Jason's information on it because it's his account, but this will be you at the top. So like Lori, for instance, your your picture will be right here, your contact information will be right here, and then if you're partnered with a lender, your lender's information will be at the bottom. So just scrolling from the top to the bottom, it tells you the estimated value, or it tells them the estimated value of their home, right? So how much equity they've built in their home. And one of the most amazing things they can do is if they open this and they see the value of their home and you're like, I don't know if that looks right, they can hit this tune value button, and what it does is it sends a notification to you that they want to get a CMA, basically, right? So you will get a email notification, you'll get a text notification, and you'll basically be in the know instantly if somebody is wanting a CMA or if they want more information about something. And of course, like if you don't want to be notified immediately all the time about what's going on with your clients when they're in Homebot, you can turn those notifications off. But a lot of people find that, you know, it's helpful to know that, so that way you are always in the know into what they're doing. So you're basically getting a nudge like, hey, so-and-so is doing this, so you should reach out to them about it. So as soon as they hit this tune value, they're requesting a CMA from you. And then that way you can reach out immediately. You scroll down a little bit, it shows you, you know, the net worth. It talks about the zip code that they're in, and if they're thinking about selling, they can look and see, you know, what's going on in that zip code itself, and kind of just checking out the market itself. If you scroll down some more, it tells you if you bought another home, how much could you afford? And then it kind of breaks things down into, okay, if you purchase a new home, you could afford a $1.47 million home. If you bought an investment property, if you rented your home, bought another, if you sold and pocketed the cash. So it basically just gives them these scenarios to think about. So I will tell you, like after just buying my own home, I am not even thinking about any of this stuff right now, but maybe in a few years after, you know, we've been living in our home and we've, you know, built some equity in our home, these could be things that I'm potentially thinking about. And what's cool about the options that they give you is that you can, or they can click on any of these. And since it's finance related, the notification will go directly to the lender. So if you're working with like Jason at Nova or Kurt, or, you know, even if like if you don't use a lender at Nova right now and they have Homebot, if you get hooked up on their system, they will be notified if the homeowner is thinking about these things. And that way they can loop you into the process, and then they can also reach out. And then of course, if they have questions, they can ask their lender a question about it. So again, keeping them engaged, even beyond just opening the email. They can go into the digest and start toying with things and seeing what they can do. So again, they give you another scenario. How could you use the money how could you use the money that you get out of the equity of your home if you sold it, right? Create an emergency fund, eliminate credit card debt, add solar panels. And again, they can dive into each of these. So if they look at, oh, you know what? I think I might want to pay down my student loans and use $38K to pay that. They can hit details and it'll open them up a little scenario. And if they have any questions, again, they can reach out to the lender. And then again, when they start clicking on this stuff, you guys are immediately notified as to what's going on. And that'll come to your email or to your phone as a text message. So you're constantly in the know of what's going on with your clients. And I will say too, this is one of the best ways to stay engaged with your past clients, because like if you say you have like a database of like 500 people that you've worked with, right? It's hard to stay in front of them every single month or even every year. And you definitely want to be the person that they're thinking about when they are considering selling their home, right? You don't want them to go on Zillow, start looking at houses and get, you know, start working with another listing agent. So this is a easy and automated way for you to stay in front of your clients that you've had for years. And you're providing them a ton of value that nobody else is. So again, it positions you as a thought leader. All right, so scrolling down some more, they give them another scenario. So right now, obviously, investment properties are a huge thing right now, renting them out on Airbnb, and a lot of people are considering doing these things. So they literally tell you, okay, so if you rented your home on Airbnb, how much could you earn from it? And they break it down by the month, how much they could earn, and they show you nightly rates, and they even break it down to, okay, we're going to really like zhuzh our place up and go fancy. So we could probably charge like $143 a night. And this is how much money we'll make from doing that. And this is how much money we'll make in a year from doing that. So then if they see this and they're like, oh, okay, this is really cool. I was never even thinking about renting my house on Airbnb, but dang, if we can make 20 grand a year off of doing that, like I'm interested. So then when they're like really considering it, they can click, can you help me learn more? And then you'll be notified, the lender will be notified, and you guys can jump on it as a team. So again, this digest gives them so much valuable information, and it's investor grade knowledge as well. So as far as like where this information is coming from, Homebot has a database called, I believe it's called Black Knight, where they pull all their information from. And I'm going to send you guys some follow-up materials after we're done, and I'm going to have like a piece on, you know, frequently asked questions that has some of this other information, just so you guys, you know, have everything that you need. And on that topic too, they have the most amazing support center and help center. So they just have a library of, you know, tools and resources that help you to be so successful with this tool. So, and not only that too, they have customer service support like 24/7, and they're very, very fast at responding. All right, so we made it to the end of the digest. Your lender's information will be here at the bottom. Your information will be up at the top. And then one of the really cool things too is that it's not down here. Okay, they can share this with people as well. So I think I may have breezed through that. Let's see. Here we go. I did. So let's say one of your clients got their Homebot report and they're like, dang, this is really cool. And I think my mom would actually really love to do this as well. What they can do is they can share this with anybody that they know. So they basically hit share now. And they just enter in, you know, first name, last name, email address, and send the invite over. Or they could even share on Facebook or copy the link and just send, you know, text the link to somebody in their family and be like, hey mom, I got this, you know, I just got this really cool tool through my real estate agent that tells you like how much your home is worth and how much money you could make renting out your house on Airbnb. And so obviously they're excited about it, they're sharing it, and then that is exactly how you can get new leads. So, and you can also encourage that too. So when you're getting your own clients registered and you're reaching out saying, hey, I got this really cool tool called Homebot, this is how you get set up, feel free to share with your friends and family with this link or whatever it is. So it's totally shareable, and that is how you generate leads directly from Homebot, brand new leads that you've never had before.
Deanna, there's a question in the chat.
All right.
Do these messages come to a user through an app notification or by text or by email?
So Homebot doesn't have an app right now, unfortunately. It's something that they're working on, and I don't know if it'll happen, but right now the notification preferences are just for email and text. And you can change all of that within your settings, and they make it's super easy and user-friendly, and I can show you guys the back end of that so you're aware. But yeah, so email and text, and if you don't want to be emailed every time, like you can just do text or you can just do email, but they do notify you basically as soon as anybody is going in there and toying with stuff. All right, I hope that answers your questions. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. So in a nutshell, that is the homeowner side. So like I said, you take your past client list and you upload it into Homebot. Once your clients are in Homebot, within like a week or so, they start getting their digests. And yeah, so that's the homeowner side. And you can get access to just that side right now. So if you went to homebot.ai, you sign up with an account, you can do this right now. But what's really cool about being paired with a lender is that you get access to the buyer side, which comes with a whole slew of other benefits that you can basically utilize with your current buyers that you're working with right now. So I'm going to go ahead and move over to the buyer side. So right here at the top, we have activity, which we went through, homeowners. We're going to go over to buyers now. So the buyer side is really cool because you can basically hook Homebot up. You can integrate it with your IDX, and so they can drill down into listings, like all the way down into listings. So they would literally have no use for Zillow or Trulia or any of the other sites that, you know, home buyers are going on every single day to look at houses. You just integrate your IDX, and it's super easy, and the Homebot team will literally do it for you. And then once this is going out every single month, your buyers can drill down right into the listings itself. So like I said, you can only access this through a lender partnership, which I would be happy to get you guys partnered up with Jason or Kurt, or whoever on our team, and we can talk about that later. But I'm going to go ahead and open up a buyer's report. Let's go here. So sort of, I would say a best practice, or yeah, maybe a best practice to do with this is, if you're, say you have like 2 buyers that you're working with currently and you have them set up on like your IDX or whatever it is, what I would do is let them know like, hey, I just got this awesome new tool called Homebot, and basically what it does is it shows you investor grade knowledge of the market, and you can filter it in different ways to look at different aspects of the market. You can drill down into listings, but basically just give them like an FYI, and then you'll send them the link, and I'll show you guys how to do that. You'll send them the link to set up their own like buyer's report, right? So in the buyer's report, what they do is they set up their price point, they can even set up their move-in date, and then they can set up the zip codes that they're interested in looking at. So then Homebot can then deliver that information right to them. So you can either have them set it up themselves, and you can kind of just be there to guide them, or you can set them up yourselves and be like, hey, I just want to let you know I got you set up on the system called Homebot, and so you're going to be getting monthly digests with, you know, all this amazing information about the markets that you're looking at right now. So let's go ahead and open up one of these so you guys can see the buyer side as well. So again, your information will be up here, not Jason's, and it'll tell them what their price point is, so whatever, you know, price point they're looking at. And then when you scroll down, it'll tell you the market temperature. So is it a seller's market right now? Is it a buyer's market right now in the specific like areas that they're looking in, right? So obviously, so this buyer, she's looking in Avondale, Tolson, North Goodyear, West Valley, basically, and they give it a market temperature of 99, which is almost 100. So basically 100% a seller's market right now. And I will go ahead and go into the market search. So if you hit explore all markets, so if they open this and they want to look at the market, you hit explore all markets, and then here we are, we're looking at the valley. And it's cool to look at the market temperature from this point of view because you can see across the whole entire valley. Okay, so this area is definitely a seller's market. Everything is basically a seller's market, but there are some areas where it's not as competitive, right? So if you have a buyer where, you know, their requirements in looking for a house are in areas that are super competitive, you could even open this up with them and be like, hey, look, so this area right here is less competitive because it's, you know, got a score of 63, so somewhere in the middle. So you may have a better chance at getting a home over here. So if they're not like too picky on like the area and they're open to different areas, you could open this up with them and say, hey, I don't know if you'd consider living in like this downtown Phoenix area, but it's way less competitive than, you know, Goodyear, which is what we're looking at right now. So that's kind of a cool way to look at the map with them. So that's what the numbers mean. The higher the number, the more of a seller's market it is. And once they open this up, they can look at, so right now we're on popular markets, right? So we're seeing, you know, how competitive the market is right now. They can also filter by bigger house. So they're showing like the average square footage of the home. So if you have a buyer that's like, you know what, I really only want, I'm looking between like the 1,200 and 1,400 square foot area. So they can even look at places that have those average numbers of homes that have that square footage. And you can look into cheaper buys and even fastest move. But usually popular markets is the place that people end up more often. And then, so let's say they're looking in Glendale. So they can drill down into Glendale. So you can click on that. And what it does is it brings you into Glendale. And then on the right side right here, it's going to give you more information about that market. So it says, this zip code is a strong seller's market. That means there's fierce competition and low inventory. So it's basically empowering them with knowledge. And the best part, this is where they can drill down into the listings, you guys. So this is where they will stay off of Zillow. And I love what Homebot calls it. They say, you can stop being Zillowed or avoid being Zillowed. And that's exactly what they do. So once you have your buyers getting this report every month, and they can go into Homebot at any time. They can go in every day if they want, but they can drill down into the listings. So if they look here and they're like, okay, there's, lots of homes in our price point in this area, so I want to look at them. And so Jason is a lender, right? So he doesn't have like his own IDX search. So lenders are hooked up with YLOPO, but for you guys, you can hook it up to your IDX, and then that's where they would go into this. So they would go to home listings, right? And then here we are. We're in Homebot. We're not in Zillow, and we have the listings right here. And they can look into the listings. And when they hit request information, guess who gets the notification? You, not the listing agent. So once they're in your Homebot and they're looking at homes, and you encourage them to only use Homebot to look at homes, you're not going to lose them, guys. They're not going to get Zillowed. They're going to be in your Homebot, and you're going to be the only one that will be able to help them and be that guide for them. So I like this feature is amazing, because I know that real estate agents, that's a struggle, like when you're working with a buyer and you do the consultation and you guys have this game plan, then they go on Zillow randomly, and then you never hear from them again because they're working with the other listing agent or whoever it is, so this helps them to stay off those sites and primarily be working with you, and they're basically choosing you at this point. So that is my favorite feature ever of the buyer side. They can drill into the listings. And then of course they give you some more information about the market. So, on average, what people are paying for homes in this zip code. Homes in your price range have an average of 2.9 bedrooms. So it's just giving them a lot of information based on that particular zip code that they're looking at. And of course, if they want to do some more searching, they can. So if they, want to look over in a different area in Paradise Valley, they can click in there and start drilling down to the listings. So it even says here, so Paradise Valley is way less competitive. And so this could be something that you can bring up to them, like, hey, I don't know if you've thought about Paradise Valley, but we've put in 3 different offers in Gilbert and we've been denied on every single one. So maybe we should look elsewhere if you're open to it, sort of thing. So again, you can drill down to the listings. But yeah, guys, that is the buyer's report in a nutshell. And like I said, you can set this up for them when you get them, uploaded in, or you can send them the link and they can set it up themselves, whichever way, makes your little heart happy. But this is what they'll get on a monthly basis. They have different questions that they can ask, so they can literally just click this, like, okay, so should I be looking in other areas? And then this notification will go to you, and then you can reach out immediately. And they also have this, how long could it take to buy? So from actually getting pre-qualified and starting the search to actually closing, how long it takes. To be totally honest, I'm not sure how accurate this is or where they pull this data, but it does give like a good look into how long it could potentially take to just basically show them like, hey, it's not going to be a quick process. And that's actually something that I just posted on my Instagram about this, because when we bought our home, it took us from beginning to end like 4 months. And I thought it was not going to take that long, but it can take that long, especially right now in this market. So this kind of gives them insight into that for sure. And it even gives them one step even further, what they can afford with the current interest rates. So, and then anything that's financial related that they inquire about will go to your lender. So then your lender can handle financing questions. You can handle all the real estate questions. So that is the buyer side, you guys. Do you have any questions right now before I continue to move on? Let's see. Okay, so neat. Is there a new home listings feature? I'm not sure, Debbie. Any questions that I'm not really too sure about? We have a dedicated Homebot rep. So after this meeting, I'm going to call him and ask him all your guys' questions that I couldn't answer, and then I'll get back to you in my follow-up email. I'm not sure about a new home listings feature. I think I think really like all this will do is every single month, they're just going to send them that buyer's report. And if there's new listings in there, then there's new listings in there. But I guess the other thing is too, if you want to send them more than monthly, you can do that, but you have to manually do it. So if if you have one client that you're working with and you want to send it to them on a weekly basis, just send like a reminder in your calendar, like put a reminder in your calendar, go into their account, and then you just hit this send report button, and then they'll get that report again. All right, Megan, where do you add your IDX feed? Good question. Okay, so the IDX feed part is it's like an integration. So you're going to find all the integrations in the customize tab right here, and I will get to it. So I will show you. And like I said, lenders have YLOPO because they don't have like an IDX. So it might look a little bit different, but for you guys, it'll be like, it's literally the same exact thing. Like we go into the little widget, we click, a button, and then you can start the process. And also our rep was here actually a couple weeks ago, and I was talking to him about this. If you are confused about anything on how to do anything or it's not clear, there's this little chat bubble right here. And while we were sitting there in this meeting, he had one of the real estate agents be like, hey, you know what, if you want to just make it easy and really hands off, just send us a message and be like, hey, I want to get my IDX feed, integrated. Can you help me? And they will walk you step by step on how to do that. And so any questions, any confusion at all, hit that little chat button, and they usually respond within like a couple hours. They're usually pretty fast, to be honest, but they're on it. So if you have any questions or confusion and like I'm not available, then you can definitely just go straight through the support system. So real quick, so I showed you the meat and potatoes of the system. It's amazing. Another thing to consider is there's this leads tab up here. So anybody who comes in externally from Homebot, so either like you had other people share their link and they got set up, or you shared it on social media and they got set up, they're going to be right here in this leads section, right? And you'll get notified when there's new leads. So I would say maybe like every week or every month, come in here, go into your lead section, and make sure that you're reaching out to these people and saying hello. And speaking of leads, so I'm going to show you how you can get leads from Homebot. So you can get homeowner leads or you can get buyer leads by sharing you get like a customized landing page. So if you want to get homeowner leads, you hit this copy button. And what you can do, you can put this on you can put this in a social post, you can put this in an email, anywhere where you can share this link, you can put it and try and get leads. So this is what your landing page will look like, right? So wherever you share this link, when someone clicks on it, it'll ask them for what their like street address is. So that way, like, so for instance, if somebody puts their address in here, they hit search, then they are automatically being shown their digest. And then what happens after that is they appear in your lead section. So let's say you take that link, you put it on social media, and you're like, hey guys, got this really cool new tool. If you want to know how much your home is worth and maybe consider selling, like put your address in here and you'll get like all this amazing information. So let's say you share it on Facebook, someone goes in, puts their address in there, they're going to show up right here in this lead list. So that's one way to share. You have a lead page. And you can do that both with homeowner leads or buyer leads. You can share on social. So if you're logged into like your Facebook on your computer, you can hit share, and these are the different prompts it'll have. So if you're trying to get, listings, you can do what's your home worth. You hit share, and then automatically it pulls up a post for you to share. And they can just click on this and then enter their address. And they have different prompts, like I said. So what could you rent your home for? Can you afford another home? Different ways to share and get leads. Then you also have a widget. So if you guys have a website and you have like a developer or somebody who manages your website, they can embed this code on the back end. And basically what will happen is on your website, this little guy will pop up. So anyone who visits your website and then sees this, like, oh, what's my home worth? I want to know. They can put their address and then hit check, and then they're automatically signed up with Homebot, and then they show up again in that leads list. And those are the ways that you can share your page, share Homebot to get new leads. And like I said too, if somebody opens up their Homebot digest and they want to share it with their family, that's another way. So that's basically 4 different ways that you can generate leads with Homebot just by sharing it. All right, last thing, customize. So Homebot calls these power-ups, but really what they are is their integration. So different things that you can integrate with Homebot and able to provide more value to your clients. So this has a little bit more just because Jason's a lender. You won't have as many, like you won't have mortgage coach or the Y Lobo thing or sales boomerang, but you guys will have BombBomb. I don't know if you guys are familiar with BombBomb, but once you get BombBomb integrated, you basically can pull up someone's digest and, you know, highlight the BombBomb feature, like click on the BombBomb feature, and then you can record a video of yourself talking them through the digest, which can be very impactful, especially if you have, you know, a buyer that you're working with, you have them set up with a buyer's report and, you know, they're being kind of, you know, wishy-washy or whatever it is. You can pull up their buyer report, turn BombBomb on and be like, hey, so-and-so, I just wanted to walk through your, you know, your Homebot digest and show you what's going on in the market right now. And you can pull up, you know, what's going on, the temperature, all of that sort of stuff. And they can see your face and it's, you know, video marketing. We all know how well that works. And it's a little bit more personal. So I highly recommend if you get started with Homebot that you integrate BombBomb. Usually with these little widgets, you just hit get started and it like integrates it for you. And again, if you have issues with that, you can just hit up Homebot support and they'll get that started for you. So Megan, this is where you're gonna integrate the IDX. So it's this custom listings widget. So you just have to hit get started. It'll ask you a few different questions. I think it'll ask you for like your web link and stuff like that. And then it'll guide you through how to do it. If you have issues, again, just hit them up here and just be like, hey, can you guys help me to integrate my IDX with Homebot, and they'll jump on it. But those are the main features, you guys, of these integrations. Really, it's just you can hook up your IDX and you can send videos through BombBomb walking people through your digest. So I think that's it. That is Homebot in a nutshell, you guys. Our rep tells us that usually after you get set up with Homebot, you've got your homeowners in there, you've got your buyers in there. Agents usually see their first listing generated from Homebot within like 30 to 45 days, if on average. That's what they're telling us. I don't know if that's true, but I think that with all the amazing information that you're providing them on a monthly basis, like I could honestly see it. So there are different tactics that you can do in Homebot to squeeze more value out of it. And I have a little write-up on that. So what I'll do after this meeting is I'll send you guys all a follow-up email with a link to this recording, with additional educational info and those top tactics so you can dive in and use Homebot in the best way possible. So I hope that was helpful. Do we have any other questions right now? Let's see. Debbie, I saw names and emails on the lead list. Do you need to share that info as well as address before they get the information? Yes, so they need to share, in order to get the digest, they're gonna have to share their email because it's gonna be emailed to them before they get it. So usually it's first name, last name, email, and then their address. So that way they can pull the information on their home and then they can receive the blast to their email. So that will be required. If they don't.
I have another question.
Sure.
So is this information, you say it's our IDX, so for buyers, we can just send them stuff from the MLS, since if that's our only subscription, right? That's the information that they get. How about on the homeowners information, if we add somebody from another city, another state that is looking at Arizona, can we add them and they get homeowner information in their state?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't think it's targeted just to Arizona. And I mean, honestly, just try it and see. I personally don't have, I don't think I have any info like that we've done on that, but yeah, might as well see. You just really put in the address. So if it's not here, it'll just probably pull information from, you know, other areas. So I know Homebot definitely isn't just here in Arizona, it's all over. So I don't see why that would hinder anything for sure. So I can double check.
Okay. And another question, at the very beginning, you said when you sign up, you add emails, names and emails of our contact list
Yes.
for clients and such.
Yes.
And then they get a message. Can we see that message before it goes out?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. So in your profile, you can manage the settings. And if you go to digest settings, let me see, they have this button that says customize welcome email. So you can customize this to say whatever you want it to say. So you can change the subject line, you can change the body, but they have everything already pre-made for you. So they'll get a welcome email as soon as they sign up, and this is what it will say. And if you want to change it, you totally can. If you want to leave it the same, then you can do that as well.
But you can't specialize it, like say, okay, I want these 20 clients to get this message and then get another.
Yeah, unfortunately not. There's no way for them to sort of like segment people off like that. So this, and that, I guess that would kind of relate to like a MailChimp or another email system where you can do stuff like that. This is strictly just, they get that welcome email and then they get the digest every month, and then that's it. But yeah, you can change different settings in here as well. I'm trying to see if there's notifications in here.
I have one more question.
Sure.
And then you said that it's $25 a month for the homeowner side as a realtor. What is it? Is there additional cost to connect with the lender?
Yeah, so let me just give you a lowdown on cost. I didn't even cover that. Thank you. So Homebot is by itself, like if you went and got it right now, is $25 a month. And when you partner with a lender, the cost won't change. You will just get more benefits. So like say for instance, you're partnered with Jason, it's more, but you guys are splitting the cost. So total, the cost is $50, but you're paying $25 and the lender is paying $25. And then what will happen is their information will be on all the digests along with yours. So it's $25 a month. I can give you guys free access for 30 days, up to 25 contacts if you want to just like test it out. And I also have there's a startup fee that's $50, and I have a code that can totally waive that. So I'm going to send all that information to you guys after this. I think that's it. I took up most of the time. I wanted to be able to chat some more afterwards, but any other questions, you guys? Okay, looks like Megan had some feedback. I know she's already using Homebot. This is a good tool to get emails. Then you can add to your email campaigns. Perfect. That's a great way to collect emails, and then you can just add them to your email campaigns that you're already running. If you have like a newsletter or whatever it is. All right, guys, any other questions? I know it was a lot of information. No? Good?
That was super awesome, Tiana.
Cool, I'm so glad. All right, so that is it then. Like I said, I have a ton of resources for you guys. So after we get the recording, I'm gonna send that over to you guys with some top producer tactics that other real estate agents are using. They actually have some marketing flyers, one for buyers and one for sellers that you can use. So you can even post those on social media. You can send those out in an email. I'll send all that to you guys, and then I'll also send you information on how to get started. So if any of you are not already working with Nova, we can just chat about working together, and I can get you hooked up on either Jason's or Kurt's account and kind of go from there. That way you can have access to the lender side as well. But while we have you, like I said, this is a monthly mastermind, and next month we are going to be talking ads. So I don't know how many of you guys have run ads on social media, but I am having a Facebook and Instagram advertising guru come and talk about how to run ads on Facebook and Instagram and how to basically generate leads from it. I will tell you from my own personal experience, it is one of the best ways to market yourself and get leads. I actually just ran an ad with Jason on Facebook and Instagram probably couple months ago, and within 1 month we got 27 leads from it. Just from past examples, I've run ads for like 2 weeks at a time, have gotten 10 leads. So she's gonna dive into how to run Instagram and Facebook ads and how to be successful at it to get leads. So I hope you guys will come. Sarah, do you know the date on that one?
Yes, that is Tuesday, December 8th.
Perfect. And I'll go ahead and put that in my follow-up email to you guys. And if you want to RSVP for that, just let me know and I will get you on the list. It's going to be a really good one.
It will be. I'm excited about that.
Me too.
I know a little bit about running ads, but I could always know a lot bit more because this is a question that I get frequently from agents. And most of the time it's, I know nothing about this. I need you to tell me everything, and then I need you to go do everything.
Yes.
And it's simple, but it's simple once you know it. But getting all of the information and conveying all of the information can sometimes be a very difficult thing. So I think it's awesome that we're going to have an expert on here whose job it is to convey this information all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
Me too. She's amazing, you guys. This is literally what she does for a living for huge businesses and corporations all over the country. So it's going to be really good. She's one of my close friends, old coworkers. So it's going to be really, really good. So I hope you guys will attend. And thank you so much for coming to this one. I appreciate you.
Yes. And I think all of our sponsors put their information in the chat. So if you need anything, please reach out to them. We will be sending you guys the flyer for that one. Tiana has been just cranking these flyers out. She probably already has one, I imagine.
In the process.
So we will get you all of that information. Tomorrow, we also do have our Marketing Matters webinar. That's at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And we're going to be going over something that's a little old school, but it's making its rounds back again. And that's every door direct mailers. That's right, guys. Mailers are coming back in a big way. A lot of people took some time off of mailers. But if you go out there and you talk to the most successful agents in Arizona, they will all say the same thing. They have spent money on flyers. So we're going to talk about every door direct mailers tomorrow and how you can put some of your marketing dollars towards mailers for a lot less than you think. So that is tomorrow at 10 a.m. If you need, reach out to us for the link for that. We're going to be posting flyers and stuff on social media today. And hopefully we'll see you guys again tomorrow.
Yes, I will definitely be there. And that sounds like an amazing class. So I'm pumped.
All right. Well, I hope you all have a great day, a wonderful month. And we will see you guys
guys.
soon.
Have a good one.